What's going on, guys? This is Aaron with Departures Capital. We're here with Bryan Slusarchuk, CEO of Zacatecas Silver. How are you doing today, Bryan?
Doing really well, Aaron. Thank you.
Yeah, so excited to have you back on the channel. Today, we're talking about your brand new IPO called Zacatecas Silver. Can you give our viewers an introduction to the company and tell us all about it?
Absolutely, Aaron. We're very excited to launch Zacatecas Silver. We think that our timing is very good, and we have an absolutely excellent silver asset that we are taking public through this venture. Over a number of years, our group has looked for good silver situations. We've looked at projects all around the world, but for whatever reason, each project was eliminated by our group as something we wanted to move forward with. We've got a lot of great technical people around us, and the number one thing when we look at these situations is for the endorsement of the technical team. And this is a very finicky bunch of geological professionals. When we put the Zacatecas Silver asset to the geological team and had them complete their due diligence, they came back with the recommendation that we not only proceed with the asset, but they came back incredibly enthusiastic about this silver asset. The properties that we have are within one of the most famous silver jurisdictions in the world. This is an advanced property with a very nice historical silver resource as a starting point, huge expansion potential within that historic resource. And outside of that historic silver resource, there are an incredible amount of exploration targets on this big silver land package.
Awesome. So, your previous projects, a lot of the focus was on high-grade exploration along with Zacatecas. So can you tell us more about this and why it's so important?
I think that grade over a period of time is king. And the reason that grade is king is that even though we're very bullish on the underlying commodities, you want to also choose projects that can withstand bear markets. And we go out and look for assets when other people don't want them. And we were very fortunate with Zacatecas to have acquired this asset when most of the world wasn't all that interested in silver. And as I mentioned, Aaron, we are very focused on good projects, getting them at the right time, getting them at the right price, and then taking them to the public market. In this instance, we're very fortunate that while we picked up these silver properties when most of the market disliked silver, the tide seems to be turning right now. There's more and more interest in silver. Silver benefits, of course, from this electrification theme. As you know, silver is used extensively in electric vehicles, in solar, etc. So the industrial demand story for silver is incredible. And at the same time, as you know, Aaron, my belief is that silver was a currency 1,000 years ago. It's a currency today, and it will be a currency in 1,000 years from now. So silver is really a double threat. It has huge upside based on the investment demand that's coming into silver, but also benefits very significantly from electrification and the greening of the economy.
Yeah, I agree. Recently, my sentiment on silver has shifted very positively just due to exactly what you said, the precious metal aspect, but also, the economically driven aspect. So Zacatecas Silver has some pretty unique properties in Mexico. Can you tell us about those properties in the area? From what I know, the state is it's a very famous mining jurisdiction with a lot of majors in the area. I'd love to hear more about that.
That's right, Aaron. We call this area of the world's best address for high-grade silver. And this particular area of Mexico has a long and storied history of silver production. In fact, going all the way back into the late 1500s and into the 1600s, the pathways to and from this area became known as the silver paths throughout Mexico. This is a mining-friendly jurisdiction. It's a hotbed of silver exploration, development, and production activity. Major mining companies have had great fortune in Zacatecas, and we feel very fortunate to have picked up a premier exploration land position when other companies out there just weren't that bullish on silver. We have a huge land position, and as mentioned, a great historic inferred silver resource. People can take a look at this on our website, and of course at cedar.com. We have plans to target confirmation and expansion of that historic silver resource. And at the same time, we have oodles of high priority exploration targets over and above that vein where the known silver mineralization is so extensive.
Very exciting. So Zacatecas seems to have a highly experienced management team. And on top of that, I noticed Eric Sprott is one of the largest investors. That's personally one thing that I look for when it comes to, silver companies. That's a really nice reassurance, at least just for me. So can you tell us more about that, the team, and Eric Sprott, why he invested?
Sure, absolutely, Aaron. As to the team, we have Chairman James Hutton, myself as CEO. Dr. Chris Wilson is our Chief Operating Officer and Chief Geologist, and it will really be Chris on the ground that's driving the business plan forward. We have Charles Hethey as a director, and we have John Lewins as a director, and your listeners will know John via his very successful role as the CEO of K92 Mining. We attracted Eric Sprott as an investor as per the disclosure in our most recent news release. And we're of course ecstatic to have Eric Sprott as one of our largest investor. He's perhaps the most famous silver investor in the world, and it's wonderful to have his support for Zacatecas Silver as we embark on our program on the ground. We're going to really hit the ground running here. As mentioned, a priority is confirmation and expansion work in the area of the known historic resource. And at the same time, we've already been on the ground advancing the exploration targets and getting those targets ready for drilling. So it will be a very intense several months here on the ground at Zacatecas.
Very exciting. So what do you have in the pipeline, let's say for the next 6 months that our viewers should be excited about?
So for catalysts, people should look for resource confirmation in the Pinoco vein, resource expansion at Pinoco, and exploration on multiple targets. One of the very interesting exploration targets that we have, Aaron, is an extension of what we believe to be the Veta Grande vein system onto our property. And Veta Grande is a famous silver vein in Mexico. We've now traced that vein system onto our property for approximately 3 kilometers, and that's one of the very high priority exploration targets. It has seen very limited exploration on our property in the past. At the same time, the real core of the company and the foundation is the Pinoco vein with the historic resource that we will look to confirm, expand, and enhance. So it'll be a very news-rich several months for Zacatecas Silver.
Awesome, excited to cover it. So what's the one thing you're most excited about for the company in 2021?
Well, it really boils down to the fact that we've got an excellent silver property, very experienced management team with a track record of wealth creation in the space, and we're entering 2021 here fully funded. We've got approximately $9 million in cash. There's no need for funding at this point. We're well funded to execute our business plan on site. I'm most looking forward to the drills turning, not only at the Pinoco resource area, where we'll target to confirm and expand it significantly, but also on these exploration targets, just incredible exploration targets in what's undeniably a world-class silver region. It's a very unique opportunity, and it all boils down, again, to great work that James Hutton, our chairman, did on the M&A front, acquiring this asset and tying it up when silver was out of favor. And we think we're right on the cusp of a major silver bull market here. So timing for early investors here looks to be potentially very compelling.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. So now let's talk a little bit about silver. So why did you choose to focus on silver for your latest project? You said, potentially right on the cusp of a bull market. I do agree, but where do you think silver is going, let's say, over the next year or even the next couple of years?
Well, we've been very bullish on silver for quite some time, Aaron. And as I mentioned, we looked at a lot of silver projects, but our technical team turned down the various projects around the world that we were doing due diligence on for various reasons. And it wasn't until we came across this land package of silver properties in Zacatecas that the technical team got very excited. So we've been bullish on silver for quite some time. It's more good luck or good fortune that we happen to be coming to trade now as we seem on the cusp of a major move upward in silver. As to why we like silver, we like it because of the fact that it is a currency. There is strong investment demand that we think will get stronger and stronger. But at the same time, we also recognize that silver is absolutely critical. It's absolutely necessary in the greening of the economy, in the electrification theme. If you buy an electric vehicle, there's a lot of silver in that electric vehicle. There's a lot more silver in electric vehicles than silver was used in internal combustion engine vehicles. We see silver demand coming via solar. So all of these various items of the electrifying economy will drive demand for silver. At the same time, I have a real lack of faith in paper currencies and believe you need to own hard assets like silver. Silver is money. Silver will continue to be money. So again, that double-pronged, that double threat that silver is makes it just so compelling for us as we're in this juncture of the economy greening and also paper money devaluing in a big way.
I totally agree with you with that one. And, it's obviously, we've talked many times about, what's going to be the metal for millennials. And we are talking about gold, but I think, we might be leaning towards silver as being that one metal for the millennials. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Aaron. I think that millennial investors ought to like gold because the fact is gold is a currency. Gold is a store of wealth. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against uncertainty in general. And there are a lot of reasons to love gold. I think what silver has is the electrification and the greening of the economy theme. And this is something very important to a lot of millennial investors. And I think that as more and more millennial investors look at silver and realize how crucial it is, how critical it is to the greening of the economy, more and more of these investors will be attracted to the space. I think that for me personally, the currency, the store of value, the hedge against uncertainty that silver provides is very important. But I think for most millennial investors, when they realize that without silver, there is no Tesla. Without silver, there are no solar panels. Without silver, there are no electric vehicles. As that becomes more and more prominent and better understood, silver could become the real metal of investment choice for millennial investors.
Definitely. That's why it's an exciting time to be talking about it. So where can our viewers find out more information about the company?
CDAR is always a great place to check in on the company's regulatory filings, documentation related to the projects. We'll issue regular news releases. And of course, people can find more information out on our website, which is ZacatecasSilver.com. We trade, Aaron, under the symbol ZAC on the TSX Venture, and really look forward to the next several weeks where we should have a lot of news flow out, and we'll be happy to keep people right up to date with progress on the ground in Mexico.
Very exciting, Bryan. Well, I'm excited to cover it. Thank you for coming on, giving us these updates, and I look forward to it.
Great. Thank you, Aaron.
All right, guys, that wraps up the video. Thank you so much for watching. I just wanted to say, if you do support me, the channel, and all these videos, then kindly smash that like button along with hitting the subscribe button and the bell for notifications for future videos. I did also want to say, check the disclaimer down below. This video was sponsored by the company that we are talking about today. So check the disclaimer, full disclosure, and we're out of here. Always remember, guys, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you make your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. We'll see you guys in our next video.